Okay, welcome to Module 2. If you've made it this far, well done. Hopefully I haven't lost too many people thus far. Module 2 is all about setting up your automated lead capture. So we're going to talk about how to automate your lead flow, okay? Now, this is basically going to be your prospecting co-pilot. Let's make this very clear. So there's going to be two pieces of software that I'm going to run you through in this module. Both of these pieces of software are ultra important to your success with online prospecting, okay? Now, particularly one of these pieces of prospecting software, is also going to assist you with your offline prospecting. Okay, so don't feel like this is just an online strategy. I'm going to run you through online and offline and how I can help you with both. Okay, but first and foremost, let's discuss online digital prospecting first. So two pieces of software you require. Okay, now you need these. Okay, don't get me wrong. There are some small costs, very small costs. There's free trials with both of these pieces of software. So don't stress, you can trial it before you actually properly sign up to it. But believe me, if you want to make your online prospecting work, you need these two pieces of software. Now, the thing I need to highlight here is they're very small costs, okay? You're not going to be spending thousands of dollars a month. Again, this has got like your associate, right? So if you can't afford associates at the moment, or if you've got associates that aren't very profitable, this is going to be much more profitable than any associate you've ever seen in your entire life. They'll prospect smarter, harder, quicker, everything, okay? So let me run you through these two. I'm going to jump from this screen to my screen and share across the first one we need to talk about. Okay, so the first piece of software we need is something called PocketAppraisal. Now, what PocketAppraisal is it basically is your free automated appraisal software. Okay. Now, as I said in the first module, a couple of things we need to understand. Number one, what does your audience want and what don't they want? They are the two most crucial things we need to consider when we're doing any type of prospecting or lead generation, right? So what every homeowner wants, regardless of where you are in the country, don't worry, we've already done the surveys of this. We know the answer already. What not every single, but 98% of our survey basically suggested that before they speak to an agent, they want to know the value of their property. Okay, and if you remember back to the last module, what they don't want is they don't want to speak to an agent to get it. So what we need is a strategy or a solution that's going to provide people what they want when they want it on screen straight away and remove the friction. PocketAppraisal does that for us. So it gives them what they want in a low friction way, gives them an estimated value for their property along with an on-screen CMA, but it removes the friction of having to communicate directly with you or having you go through their property to get it. So let me run you through the first steps for this. There is a link below this video which will give you a 30-day free trial, okay? 30-day free trial. Make sure you click on that link. It'll give you a 30-day free trial. Once you click on that link, you're going to end up at a page that looks like this. If you do not have an account yet, if you have an account, you can simply just log straight in. If you do not have an account, you will need to go down here to register, okay? Click on the register button, follow the prompts. There's a couple of different packages. You can start on either the base package or the mid package, okay? So it doesn't matter which one you do, base or mid, you can always upgrade later on. I'll show you the features and differences once we get in there. But let me just run you through the ins and outs of PocketAppraisal. Once you've logged into it, you're going to appear, it's going to pop up a screen that looks like this, okay? Now, let me just run you through the details of this to begin with. Okay, so on the left-hand side is your tab. So you've got home, my prospects, my profile, and settings. Let me run you through home to begin with. Home is basically your leads screen. This is where all of your leads will appear. Now, this is where I'm going to really get you excited. When someone submits their details, you're going to have two separate notifications here. The first one you can see here, I'm going to click on highlight this one here. You can see under name, there's no name, there's an address, but there's no contact information. The reason we capture this is even if someone enters their details, say for example, they enter their address, but they don't follow through with their contact information, you will still be notified that that address got entered. So it's a prospecting goldmine. So you can use this to, ID for me them, you can door knock them, letterbox drop them. You might even have them on your database already. Who knows? The second lead you get or the second contact card you get is when they enter their full details in. Don't worry, this will make more sense in a moment. I'll get to it. But you can see full name now, address of the property, the email address, the phone number, and what they're looking to do, okay? I'll come back to this page in just a moment. Let me first go to my profile. My profile is where you're going to spend the most amount of time when you're setting up, okay? So on here, you can see a couple of different things. So if you have team members, you can invite your team members to use this as well, and you can track their leads and how they're performing. They can have their own link to it as well, so it doesn't just go through your name. But again, we don't need to discuss my team too much at the moment. Let me run through a couple of things first and foremost. Edit appearance. So you've got the edit appearance tab. Now, you would have done all of this when you did the original setup, but let me just show you the details or the basics of it to begin with. So I can edit my appearance. So I'm just going to go across to this tab here. So this tab is what the client will see, or what the homeowner will see. So this you will have your own link for. So when people click on your link, they're going to be displayed this page. All they need to do is type their address in and they can get an instant CMA. Coming back to this page, let's say, for example, I didn't want to display my profile photo, my name, and I didn't want to display my contact information at the bottom here, okay? It's up to you. If you do or you don't, doesn't matter what it is. If I was to turn all of these off and then click on save, if I go back to this screen now and refresh, you'll see now that it'll change the design of that particular screen. So it's a really good way if you just want to keep it a clean and simple version, then that's basically your best bet. Otherwise, if you want to add your name and number, but your contact information, but not your name or anything else, you can click on save. And then if I go back here and refresh, you get the gist of it. Contact information appears at the bottom. The edit company appearance will basically just be your logo, your color palette, your typography. Okay, so if you ever change agencies, you go from Ray White to Harcourts, whatever it might be, you can simply upload the new logo there. I do encourage you to use a transparent logo. It just does look a whole lot cleaner. If you want to change your color palette, there's a few options here. So let's say, for example, I work for Ray White. I'm going to run with the yellow one, or if I work for Harcourts, you get a blue one, whatever it might be. And I can go more of a modern font rather than a classic font. Click on save there. Go back here and refresh. You'll see that the color palette changes along with the typography. Okay, if I want to just keep it super clean and simple, just go black, modern, save, and that usually, in my instance, gives you the best look. Okay, very clean, still got your logo on there. If you want to put your name and number on there, of course, as well, the option is there to do so. Up the top here is what I want to talk about. You got two tabs here. You got download QR code, copy URL. Now, the QR code is going to be really powerful for you. This can be put anywhere. So if I click on download QR code, that QR code will direct people straight to your Pocket Appraisal landing page. So I want you to put this in as many places as you can. Just listed flyers, open home brochures. If you can put it on your signboard, do that. If you want to sponsor a local cafe and pay for 1,000 cups or a month's worth of coffee cups for them, it's a lot of money for a cafe. You can put your name and your QR code on there. Really good sponsorship ideas if you sponsor local communities or sporting organizations. Get a big billboard out the front or a sign out the front, and then scan this QR code to instantly calculate the market value of your home. Okay, so if I was to scan that, it would take me directly to this page. The other thing I want to show you is copy URL. So if I copy that URL, and if I just go to a new tab and paste that URL, you can see that it directly takes me to my landing page. Okay, so with that URL, this is what we're going to be using the most of. We're going to be using the URL, but you can also put this at, say, the bottom of your email signature. You can put it in your Instagram and Facebook bios. You can, there's a ton of things you can do with it. Any posts or anything you put up, any stories you put up, you can link people to it as well. So it's a really, really handy tool. Now, if someone was to scan your QR code or click on your link, again, they're going to be displayed this property page here. So if I was to say, just putting in a dummy address, you can see that the information automatically appears. So if I start typing 140 Hamilton Road, I click on the address and then click on calculate. What happens next is really, really important. We now display this, all the details, the spec of the property, but we display this cheeky little estimated property value here. But as you can see, we blur that out. Now, we do this intentionally, okay? Intentionally. Believe me, the conversion rates by doing this have gone through the roof. The reason we do this is because it creates this little curiosity trigger in people's subconscious. So when we do this, it entices more people to follow through with their contact information. You can see we direct out their attention to the right-hand side, reveal your property value. All you've got to do is type your name in, your number, and email address. And then there's the option to give what you're looking to do. So your interest level. Just keep it simple. Give them two options. Research or selling. Don't overcomplicate it too much. Keep it simple. Then agree to the terms and conditions. which essentially just agrees for consent for you to contact them at a later date. So when you do your follow-up calls, they're expecting your call. They're not telling you to piss off. Review property report. And then on screen straight away, they're going to be displayed a full CMA quality report for that particular. So small technical difficulty there. So you've got your estimated value, which appears front and center. Let's face the facts here. This is primarily what people want. So you can see it's coming direct from CoreLogic. So there's going to be some relative accuracy there. If you're in more of like a ultra rural area, there's probably going to be a lot less data points for us to access with this. But still a really great tool to use just to get the lead into your ecosystem. You can then follow them up, as I said before, through the dashboard. You've got all their contact information. So you can see the report straight away. So if it is an inaccurate price guide, you know how to handle the conversation. You can quickly follow them up and do what you need to do to close them. This particular property is in a bit more of a rural area, so there will be a little bit less information, but generally speaking, you're going to have, all the property history here on the left-hand side. You'll have some sales stats for that area, sales and growth charts, characteristics, etc. Market trends, there's all different tabs here, so go and do a test yourself. As I said, the area that this particular property is in is more rural lifestyle. So there isn't a lot of data available. Then, of course, at the bottom will be some comparable sales. So basically, the idea for this or the intention for this is to give people what they want in a low friction way. Really, really, really consumer centric. Now, coming back to the QR code, even from a print marketing level, it really gives you the opportunity now to download that QR code, and you can put that then on your flyers, your open home brochures, signboards, etc. As I said, at the moment, you're probably not getting that many people calling you from your flyers, right? If you're trying to generate leads and appraisals through flyers and you're scratching your head as to why you're not getting many, it's because you're making people call you. You're telling people to call you or contact you direct, which they're not going to do, right? So if you put a QR code on there, it's really easy for them now just to simply scan that QR code. They get redirected to that homepage. And it makes it a whole lot easier for them to get what they want. At the same time, you get what you want. Coming back to home here now, you'll see that 140 Hamilton Road has now appeared. So because I've already entered this address in before, the address doesn't come through as being entered. But generally speaking, if it's a fresh person or a fresh address getting entered from that particular device, then you will be notified by the address getting entered as well. Let me just show you quickly when you open up the contact card here. So if I was to click on this contact card, you've got a couple of options here. All the information is there, of course. You've got call, email. You can do that directly from your phone or from your laptop. The main thing I want to show you here, though, is this little home icon. If I was to click on that little home icon, it's actually going to redirect me back to the page that they saw, the report that they saw. So before I do my follow-up call, I can at least cross-check that price guide, make sure it's accurate. As I said, if it's inaccurate, you then at least know how to handle the conversation when you're doing that follow-up. One more thing to show you on the contact card is the add to prospects. Now you can see inside my list here, there's a lot of leads here. Now, if these aren't, obviously they're all demo leads, of course, but let's say, for example, 6 or 7 out of 10 of these aren't actually selling. What I want to do with the 2 or 3 that are selling is filter them into my prospects. So if I click on the contact card, I can go to add to prospects. Now I can actually qualify the quality of that prospect. So if I click on that button there, you've got hot, warm, or cold. So what I generally suggest, if someone's selling the next, say, 3 months, let's class those people as hot. If they're 3 to 6 months, they're going to be warm. If they're 6 to 12 months, then they're going to be cold. But cold, I would still class as a cold seller, someone who's still indicated they're looking to sell. So once you've done your follow-up call, let's say, for example, we put this person as they're selling in 9 months' time. So let's put them into cold. And then go confirm. Now, if I go across to my prospects, you'll now see that this person has been added to my prospects. So I've got 3 people in here, whereas obviously on my leads, I've got all of these leads here, okay? So in my prospects, it just makes it a little bit easier for you to better qualify the leads that you have coming through. For example, this person now changes from cold to hot. They say, oh, look, no, Jordan, things have changed. I now need to sell in the next 30 days. I can then go into here, click on interest level. So you can change interest level as well, research or selling. So I can change it to selling. And I can go back in there and change them from a cold prospect to a hot prospect. It's a really good tool just to, if you're ever short or on the road or in between meetings, you need to make sure you're getting your call counts up or whatever it might be. It's a great way to do that. So you can simply just log straight in on your phone or wherever you are, and jump into my prospects and use this as like a call list. As I said, you can still see the little home tab there as well. So that'll open up that report and you can recheck it at any time. These reports will only last 30 days before they have to regenerate a new report. Obviously, we want to try and keep the accuracy with the report and the information they're selling. And if they do reopen that report, you can see how many times they are doing so. So you can see on the right-hand side here, you've got a little views column. So anytime they reopen that report, you can see when they are reopening. Obviously, mine's counting because I'm opening it from the same device that I've searched it on, okay? So you can see how many times I'm viewing that report. You can filter it as well. So if you want to filter it based off date range, you can do that. If you want to filter it based off people who are just selling, you can do that. Of course, you can do it on the right-hand side here, of course, as well. That's pretty much it for Pocket Appraisal. Really, really good tool. As I said, it's going to give you a lot of opportunity with online and offline prospecting. I'm going to now move across to the second piece of software you need, which is ManyChat. Okay, now we're into ManyChat. Now, what ManyChat is basically a automated conversation piece, okay? Or basically it's like a chat bot, for lack of better expression. Now, chatbots have sort of come and gone over the years. Some have been successful, some have basically just diluted and just been crap. This, without a doubt, is the best automated chatbot that I have found in my entire life, okay? You'll actually be very familiar with this type of strategy, particularly if you follow some creators or influencers as well. Let me explain what I mean by that. I'm sure you've been scrolling through Instagram or some sort of social media platform, and you see a creator say something like, comment the word video below and I'll send you this free resource or I'll send you X or whatever it might be, right? So simply by commenting a word or DMing a word, an automated chat will start, okay? So what we essentially want to do is we want to create content. We want to create irresistible, creative content that's going to entice curiosity for people to comment, okay? So for example, if you create a video on median values in your top 5 suburbs, okay? So you create a Instagram reel, for example, talking about the median value for your 5 suburbs. Or even if you just do like one of your just listed videos or your just listed posts, it doesn't have to be a video, it can just be a post. It doesn't really matter what it is. But at the bottom of that caption or in the video, you're going to actually say, if you want an instant, you've got to say the word instant. Instant's the keyword because people want low friction and they want things now. They're too impatient to have to wait for things. So if you want, this is your hook. If you want an instant market update on your property instantly, comment the word value, for example, okay? I'm going to show you how to set all of this up. So let's use the word value, right? So you'll see this first tab. So what you're going to basically do, in the link below this video, will give you a free trial to ManyChat. So don't stress. It's really cheap actually as well. So even if you do want to keep it, you don't have to do the pro version. With what I'm about to show you now, though, you do need the pro version. So you can always come back and downgrade it to the free version later on if you wish. But essentially, once you go through the steps, you'll have to link your Instagram. I strongly encourage you to use Instagram. You can use TikTok or whatever else as well. I strongly personally encourage you to use Instagram. If you want to use something else, you can use something else. Follow the prompts with the setup. I'm not going to run through that. I'm cautious of time, similar to the Pocket Appraisal stuff. Let me just run you through the setup. So once you've gone through the setup, and you're on the home page here. Hello, Jordan. Thank you very much. Hello, ManyChat. You'll see the start here thing at the bottom here. So you've got a few little buttons here you can click. What we're going to run with is auto DM links from comments. So it's going to send a link when people comment on a post or a reel. Okay. As you can see, it's the most popular anyway. This is by far the best. Okay. Now, what this is going to create, as I said, as soon as someone comments a particular word on any of your posts or videos, it's going to create a conversation in their inbox, and that conversation is going to direct people to your instant appraisal, Pocket Appraisal link. Okay, so let's run through this now. Click on auto link. I'm just going to cancel and start fresh. First thing that pops up is on the left-hand side, you'll see when someone comments on, what you can do is you can do it for a specific post or reel. Now, if you're on the free version, not the pro version, this is the only option you will have, okay? Whereas we're on the pro version at the moment. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to select any post or reel. Now, this is going to essentially automate all of your conversations moving forward. So you don't actually have to go in here and do it manually or whatever else it might be for specific posts. Anytime you put a post out, if someone comments the word value is going to be the term that we use, they are going to have a conversation start immediately. So click on any post or reel and then select next. So the word we need to use, so we need a specific word. In this case, because we're directing people to a free property estimate or a free property value, we're going to use the word value. So we're going to have to type that in there. So we're going to go value. Okay, that's it. You don't need any more than that. You can just use one. Okay, so just use the one word, value. Then go next. And it's going to direct you to what the DM is going to start conversing with them. Okay. So as soon as someone clicks the word value on any of your posts or reels, immediately a DM will appear in their inbox. Okay. So we're going to customize this a little bit. So this is how it appears, as you can see on the right-hand side of screen. Hey there. I'm so happy you're here. Thanks so much for your interest. Click below and I'll send you the link in just a sec. So that's fine. We can pretty much work with that. Okay. So let's change this though to, hey there. Thanks for reaching out. So you want to make it sound human. Okay. So the more human you make it, because people's bullshit radars are so high to this type of thing these days, the more human and the more social you make it, the better the outcome will be. Okay. So you can see here that there's a bit of a delay. So I'll send it to you in just a sec, right? So what you're going to do is, hey there, thanks for reaching out, smiley face. Click below and I'll send you the link in just a sec. So make them take an action, make them do something, okay? So it just really shows the quality of the prospect, of course, as well. And then in the DM, you're going to put the link. So you're going to go back to your Pocket Appraisal, your homepage, your profile, my apologies, and you're going to copy this URL link, okay? So you can see it on the bottom, successfully copied. So click on the top right, copy URL link, and then you're going to go back to the ManyChat, and then you're going to simply paste that link in here. So what you want to do is you want to go add a link, and then go paste it into link, and then you're going to free property estimate, free instant property estimate. Free instant property estimate is the button label and then the link below that. Click on save. Too long. Free property. Let's just go free property estimate. Still too long. Let's go free pricing tool. I'm not even counting these. There we go. Free pricing tool. Let's run with that. Free pricing tool. So free has to be in there, or you can use instant, whatever it might be. Instant pricing tool, free pricing tool, whatever it might be. I don't generally like using the word free, but it does create some, once you've already got them this far, it is okay to use the word free. So what you're going to basically do is in the DM with a link, here you go. Let me know if you have any questions. That's it. That's literally all you do. Here you go. Let me know if you have any questions. They're going to click on that, and then that'll be redirected. Okay, so then you're going to next. You can automate other things on there. We're going to basically ignore all of that for now. That's all we want. We're going to keep it simple, short, sharp, to the point, give them what they want when they want it. Then you're going to click on Go Live. Okay, now because this is automatically connected to your Instagram, this is going to go live straight away. Okay, there's nothing more you need to do. You've set up your ManyChat account. You know, you've subscribed to it. You've set all this up now. That's all you need to do. Okay, so moving forward, we're going to jump into obviously, creating content. What type of content you need to create, of course. But as long as this is all set up, so in this module, you've got all of your Pocket Appraisal stuff set up. You've got your automated appraisal stuff. You've got your customized landing page, all that jazz, and now you've got your ManyChat set up. So I'll leave it at that. This was a pretty long module. I'll see you in the next one.